Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for taking your time to be here with me and with us, actually. What I'm going to present is going to be like not the standard principle or something that you might get used to or seen in any types of books or read. I mean, maybe if you have read philosophy from the 1500s till now, maybe yes. Otherwise, it's not present in ordinary books. So I would require a bit your attention because people have pointed out that it's kind of difficult, and it's good I have 1 hour to explain the concept to you, because afterwards you'll see where the thought process, into what the thought process translates to. That is a technical analysis tool, which is very, very profitable. But unless you see the concept, you won't be able to assess its profitability. So first, I'm gonna start with the title, as it says here: pendular movements in market behavior. As you know, I mean, pendular movements are everywhere. We are just made up of atoms, right? It's all vibration. It's all energy. That's what Einstein practically demonstrated with his formula, E equals mc squared. Well, breaking it down into its basic components, what does this formula mean? I mean, like, I think everybody saw this formula, at least in a commercial or somewhere. Anyway, breaking it down to components, energy. What's energy? Energy, as you see it here, is the capacity of mass to do work in space. So it's nothing real. Energy is not real. It's just my capacity to push this mass and each other mass to push each other in space. Right? It's clear. Hope till now it's clear. So, as I said, energy is the capacity of mass to do work. It's not real. It's just my power to do things. Okay, then the question comes to what is mass in the equation. Well, physics till now says, well, mass is like a composition of atoms. Well, yeah, it's a composition of atoms, but why is it a composition, right? Because I could be here and my finger could be over there. You know, I mean, why is it a composite mass? Well, to answer this question, it's because the underlying atoms of that mass do work one towards the other to keep the mass as a composite whole. It's like energy. So mass is another type of energy. Energy is the capacity of mass to do work, and by applying mathematical induction, mass is the capacity of its underlying atoms to do work one towards the other. It's very simple. So right now, as you see this human being here, it's just a composite whole because its underlying atoms keep tight together, creating it as a composite whole. It's like this glass over here. I don't know what's filled with. But anyway, it's a composite whole because its underlying atoms keep it as a whole. And it looks like seemingly undivided unity, but it just looks like an unity. It's a unity made out of parts. Hopefully it's clear. Okay, now to go further into this process, I will require just a simple addition. So a number n is a sum of its units, right? But is a sum of units. Let's say 3 bottles of milk are denominated under the number 3, but there are still 3 positions in space. So basically, if number 3 is just an act of our mind to simplify things. So it's nothing real as energy and mass. That composition, it's made up by our minds to simplify things, because those 3 positions, those bottles of milk or whatever, water, they are still 3 points in space. Now, granting continuity to the universe And the fact that numbers are acts of our minds, I state that energy and mass are acts of a higher mind. So everything you see around you is just an act of a higher mind to act as to simplify things. Right now, I'll give you like a very practical example, like natrium and chloride, right? They create the salt if you bring them in juxtaposition. But why do they create salt? They create salt because something, you name it mind or whatever, simplifies natrium and chloride into creating salt. Well, this is the same as mass and energy. Mass is just a simplification of those atoms. And energy, as granting continuity to the universe, is the same, is a simplification of acts. Right now, granting the assumption of continuity and the fact that all the contents of our consciousness being real as things per se, I grant that everything is has its underlying force, and it has its basis in physics. So what do I mean by that? Everything works according to gravity and radiation. It's like two forces hitting head-on with a 90-degree effect. Well, I think if somebody studied physics, if you run electrical current through a coil, you get magnetism at 90 degrees offset. Right now, if you look at our planet and see that cold is compressed at the poles and heat is expanded towards the equator, so it's and they're at an offset of 90 degrees, the poles with the equator. I mean, this is like a basic principle, concept. Is like gravity turns everything towards itself into a point, and radiation expands from that point towards a plane. It's like two forces hitting head-on with a 90 degrees effect. Well, right now, just if you'll follow up next my indicators, which I'm going to explain. I mean, this is the basic concept of my approach, and you know, I'm not expecting everybody to fully understand, but seeing what the indicators have accomplished by themselves with a thorough backtesting, that would speak for the results will speak for themselves. So this is one of the indicators. By the way, my indicators predict time and price turning points. So this was here, the green line is the entry point. This is the stop loss order. And here, 3.6 to 1, it's the price target. Well, what the market did, this is the stop loss. Again, a zoom on the risk-reward coefficient. And then what the market did was hit exactly there.